Right, everyone. Just invited Drake, so come in the end.
Um,
Yeah, right, mate.
can't hear anything. Hold on. No. Oh yeah.
Yeah, me all right. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. How are you, mate?
I'm all right. How are you?
Yeah, doing good. I've come into my car because me lads have got a history of interrupting me when I do these, so I've jumped
John.
in my car. How's your day been, mate?
It's not bad. Been in work. Been in
Yeah,
work today. Yeah.
yeah, not bad, not bad.
Not bad at all.
Uh, So yeah, let's jump straight into it then. So, what was your introduction to the sport of MMA?
Well, I did judo when I was a kid, and then my dad was actually had a couple of pro fights for the gym for Next Gen back in the 501. So he's always been into that stuff. He had boxing fights when he was younger, and then he got me into jits, and then properly started doing. He always taught me how to strike and how to box. And um, last year, about March, I properly started getting into the MMA, and it's
Yeah.
just been from there.
So, did you get into it by watching it as well, or was it just being on the mats and that?
No, it's just being on the mats, to be honest. It's just I've always
Yeah,
been into uh, combat sports. I was doing judo when I was younger. I like doing it more than watching it, to be honest.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Um, so let's talk about your debut then. FCC, December 19th. Benny Baldini was your opponent. What did you know about him going into that fight?
I'd found his previous fight online, and I knew he fought on Grapple Fest, so I knew he was a grappler and I knew he was going to be good, but I just had confidence in my own abilities to take it to the ground and win the way I did.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean, it shows. I mean, you used your wrestling to pressure him to the ground. You know, you got the submission in that third round with the guillotine. So with you having like your base as like jiu-jitsu in that, was that the game plan to get him down and submit him?
that was the game plan. To be honest, to get him down. To I've been working on my wrestling a lot as well. To wrestle him to the ground, to just be um, superior against the cage and on the floor, because I didn't know what his striking was going to be like. Because in the last fight he fought, I don't think any punches were thrown. But I knew my striking wasn't as good as my jits, so I just wanted to get it to the ground.
Yeah. So in camp was there any focus on striking just because
Yeah.
as you said you didn't feel have it in his last fight?
Yeah, well, there was focus on striking. I've been doing a lot of boxing technique with my dad. I'm doing a lot of work with Ben Kelly as well. It's really been helping. But so I didn't just want to get lit up on the feet before taking it to the ground. So I was working on like defense and being able to pressure forward and being able to use my striking to get him to the ground.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And with it being your debut, so obviously like you've been on the mat since you were younger, but was the any nerves for you going into your debut?
Yeah, there was nerves, but it was no more than what they should have been. Like if I wasn't
Mm.
nervous, there'd be something wrong. So, but
Yeah,
I've competed in judo and I've done like a couple of jits comps. Um, so I knew what, and it is a lot different getting into the cage and doing judo competitions. But I was relaxed. And I was confident. When I went into it, just before I went in, the coach was saying, go into it, but he's not going to be as hard as when you're sparring on like the likes of Liam Gittins. So,
yeah,
like, that's a good
yeah,
point. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. You're sparring someone who's quite seasoned, you know, but well versed as well in his approach. So yeah, definitely, mate. So how good is it get that debut out the way, and I'll be able to move on to the next one.
It was well, it's good. I wanted to get out the way as soon as possible, but I enjoyed every minute of it. I was meant to fight on the Almighty show before on, I think it was the 19th, but they couldn't find me an opponent. But
Yeah,
there's a relief, and now I want to smash out as many fights as possible this year against whoever. I'm not bothered.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So as you mentioned before, you trained a lot for this camp with Ben Kelly. What was that like training with him? When he's been at Next Gen for quite a while, and he's going to put the Cage Warriors welterweights on notice when he comes back. What was that like training with him?
it's it's helped me a lot. To be fair, he's been boss. He's been but doing a couple of like private sessions with him, and it's helped me MMA striking like grow a lot. It's been really good.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. So let's talk about your second fight then. Kingdom Combat. It's the first show, March 4th. You've had the original opponent was Ben Kiffin. And now you've had a change of opponent. His name is. Let me have a look. See if I put it down here. I didn't put his name down, but it's like Skew Hat or something like that.
That or something, yeah.
Um,
I was actually
I,
really go on, sorry.
I was just going to say, how do you feel about the change of opponent and what you know about the new one?
I'm fine with I'm fine with it, but I was actually really looking forward to fighting Ben Kiffin. I thought it would have been a really good fight. He'd challenged me on the feet quite a bit, but I do think I could have won the fight if I'd taken it to the ground. But things happen, and he pulled out. But the new lad, he's 1-0 like me, but watch this fight, and he is. I feel like he's a bit more of a striker than Ben Kiffin, but
Yeah,
I'm ready. I'll go in there and I'll fight and I'll give it 100% and I'll win. That's just the mentality you've got to have.
yeah, definitely, definitely. And how's fight camp been going for this one compared to the first? Is it a bit more eased?
No, I train as hard as I can all the time. I don't really take time off. I took a bit of time off for Christmas, but I just really like being there. Just like being on doing things. So I pretty much go with the same intensity all the time, and it's pretty So
yeah,
the striking camp this time has been a bit more. The camp this time has been a bit more striking orientated because I do want to get my hands up because I can't just. The fight starts on the feet, doesn't it? So
yeah, exactly. That's it. Yeah, yeah. So bit more focus with the striking, then obviously you can always count on your ground game. So is it just getting your striking up to par?
that's it. Yeah.
Did you watch any of the fights last night?
No, I didn't get the chance to. I was in work up early this morning.
Yeah,
So I do want to watch the Moreno one. Figueiredo won though, didn't he?
yeah,
Yeah, by decision. It's a shame. I did want.
Well, did you back in Moreno? Yeah.
Yeah, I was to be fair, but things happened.
No, I was so torn between them because they're like so well matched, like, and I think for the rest of their careers now they're just going to fight each other because they're just, as I say, they're so well matched. It's crazy.
Yeah. They are. I'm looking forward to it. Be boss to watch.
Yeah. What it was a good card. There's a lot of debuts on it, and like they all come in and absolutely delivered. Like so.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's a good card.
Good.
So I've got some. I like to do like some quick fire questions. Something like fun. Others a bit more personal. If you're not up to answering the personal ones, just tell me to fuck off. Outside of like fighting and being on the mats, what's your hobbies?
Well, I'm in uni full time. I do art in uni,
Mm.
so that's the thing. Because I've always wanted to be a teacher, but obviously, so I was going to be an art teacher. But now I'm getting into MMA. I'd really like to do something with it, fighting for the rest of my life, whether that be in the sport fighting or coaching. Because I've started coaching the little kids in JIT as well, and it's one of the best things ever. But I do art and I work in B&Q, and I don't actually really have much time for anything else.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
With your art, have you done any sort of? You see all these paintings of like MMA fighters and that. What do you like to draw?
I draw people and heads mostly, but I kind of keep those two things separate,
Yeah,
to be honest.
yeah.
But yeah, more
But
into the
what's that?
more into the MMA, to be honest.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Not surprised. So a random one. If there was an apocalypse, how would you survive?
To be choking out whatever comes, guillotine and whatever comes my way.
Yeah, a lot of people like to like when that question comes, they're like, "Oh, I'd get my own base. I'd put all barriers up." But you're like, "Nah, I'll just submit anyone that comes.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
just rip their heads off, literally."
that's it.
Nice. What's your favorite film and TV show?
Oh, I'm actually a bit. Favorite film is Star Wars #5, Empire Strikes Back. I really love Star Wars. To be honest, I'm a bit of a nerd. Um, and my favorite TV show is probably Star Wars: The Clone Wars. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, really like Star Wars then.
Yeah, I've liked it since I was little. To be fair, me mum got me into it.
Yeah,
Just stuck.
nice,
Yeah.
nice. So what you mentioned submissions there. What's your like there? No, I've missed one. Finish the sentence. My teammates are.
Hard. They're all
Um, waiting,
proper kids.
waiting for something cheeky like they're all fucking pain in the asses. Ah, but hard's a good one. Let's see. Yeah, so this is the one now that I was going to. You mentioned submissions. What's your favorite submission?
The guillotine, to be
Yeah.
honest. Yeah, or a new one that I'm really getting into is the Dars, but the guillotine's my joke.
Educate me on the dash again. Is that when you've got the arm on the outside? That always get mixed up when you bring it down.
I like to do it from side control. So you got the arm on your chest, you reach underneath the arm and through round the neck, and then lock up like that, and then you roll your squeeze and twist. Yeah,
Because there's people always get the dash and the anaconda mixed up, don't they? And the placement of the arm or something. Is that
yeah.
right?
So the Dars is underneath the arm first. The anaconda's round the head first.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Still getting muddled up with it, but yeah, they're both similar, aren't they? So,
Yeah, similar.
um, so more of a personal one. What's something that people don't know about you?
Don't know really.
As I say, you can tell me to fuck off if you want.
It's not that really keep secret, to be honest. Not a lot of people. No, I don't really usually tell a lot of people that I do art in uni because they're a bit like, oh, game.
What's wrong with that? It's expression, isn't it?
Nothing wrong with that, but they all look at me as if I don't really know what I'm doing with my life. But I'm in it.
I guess it is a bit of a contrast to your MMA fighting and in your spare time you like to draw them, but
get a lot of weird looks off the people in my art class when I told them I do MMA. Like,
Do any of them talk to you now after telling that?
and that, they're all yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, so another one. Any impressions or unusual talents?
um, I can't do impressions. Not, um, I don't have any talents other than MMA, and I can draw pretty pictures.
Nice. Last one then. This is a personal one again. So, what's the biggest obstacle you've had to overcome in your life?
Um,
Getting deep now, lad.
Getting deep now, yeah. There's been a few different things just in life that you've got to overcome just yourself, to be able to grow as a person and be an adult. But probably stopping drinking to start doing MMA. Probably.
Yeah, get
Can't
things
have
in
to,
order, right?
yeah, getting your life in order.
So coming off that, what sort of advice would you give to people that may be struggling to overcome something?
Well, the only way to do anything in life is to go at it 100%.
Mm.
You've got to have a strong mind. You've got to be mentally prepared and determined to do whatever you want. And that's one of the main reasons why I think, without trying to be cocky, that I'll go far, at least in the amateur scene, because I know that I'll outwork everyone.
Yeah,
I'll be there constantly doing stuff as much as I can with work and uni. But
yeah,
you just got to work hard. That's it.
yeah, definitely, mate, definitely. I don't know what you like with predictions, but do you have any prediction for your upcoming fight?
um, I don't know what round, but I don't like to go into it thinking, I'm going to sub him or I'm going to knock him out, because
Yeah,
I want to go in there and just want to think I'm going to dominate. I'm going to win just by being dominant. And if a submission or something else comes up along the way, then that's fine. But probably submission, hopefully by guillotine.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Or dash.
Or dart, yeah.
So you just want to go in there and show your level, basically. Is that what
Yeah.
you like to
That's
do?
I was really happy that the Benny Baldini fight lasted so long, so I could get the experience in there and I could
Mm.
show a little bit what I was about. Because at
Yeah,
amateur, like, people care too much about um, who they fight and what the record's going to be. I just want to go in there and I want to fight. Do you know what I mean?
yeah. I
Yeah.
was speaking to Liam McHugh not too long ago, and he said something similar, but I think he was comparing it with the pros. He said like people like try and pick and choose. He's just gonna go after it. So do you have that same mentality even when you do move to
Yeah.
pro?
I'll fight whoever, whenever. It doesn't bother me. Like, the record matters and everything, but I'm just in it because I love fighting. I like being in that cage. Was one of the best experiences I've ever had. So
Yeah,
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 just doing
definitely.
it.
What's your plans in terms of activity for this year? We're just in the start of it now. There's a lot of shows that'll be coming back and getting put on. What's your plans in terms of activity?
I'll fight on any show that they'll let me on. Basically, like, I obviously being sensible with my body and everything, but I want to get on the Almighty on the 2nd of April. Like,
Yeah,
and if one comes up a couple of weeks after that, I'll do that as well. So
yeah,
I'll fight as much as physically possible this year. That's it.
nice. I was going to ask about that almighty card if everything goes to plan in the upcoming one. Is that something you're targeting? Yeah,
Yeah,
obviously
definitely,
it is.
definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. I'm hoping for some good scraps. I want to get in there and I want to, do you know what I mean? I want to have some good scraps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously the amateurs are really ridiculous now in terms of talent and that.
Yeah.
Is there anybody you have your eye on at the minute, like who would be interested in fighting them or anything like that?
Well, no one in particular, but I'm going for the best people possible. Like if they offered me whoever, I'd fight them. Like,
Yeah,
I'll be coming for all the belts. I'll be doing as much as I can.
yeah,
So
yeah.
whoever's got the
It's
belt at the time, I'll be fighting.
yeah. No, I think it's brilliant seeing all the talent now, like at the amateur level. You know, there's just so much of it, so many fights to make as well. I mean, it's got to be
Definitely.
like an exciting time to be starting your career with it. How old are you, by the way?
I'm 20.
How are you?
Yeah, started me on
Yeah.
a bit late. Yeah,
Is it a bit late?
yeah. People
Yeah.
thought, bloody Liam McCracken and Ben Kelly are pros, and they're only 20.
Yeah, true, true. I mean, but again, I guess it's individual, isn't it? You know, it's
So I've stand, you know
yeah,
what? I'd still be in the prime. I'm still be in the prime of my life for like the next 10 years. So
yeah, yeah. I think what is it that people say you hit like your prime's like mid
yeah,
mid thirties and it's something like that. So
yeah.
yeah, yeah, and,
And you see some 40-year-old pro fighters in the UFC. So I'm so
yeah,
I've got loads of
exactly.
time.
I mean, you look at people like Teixeira and Couture who
Yeah,
won titles in the 40s. You know, it's
yeah, exactly.
I, 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 I don't know what your opinion is of it, but like what with seeing that, like what age do you think is an age that you should stay in the sport till?
As soon as your body gives up, then as much as my body will let me, then that's as long as you should last.
Right,
That makes
that's
sense. But
interesting.
I mean, there's a lot of stuff with like older fighters taking testosterone and stuff to be able to match the younger fighters. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not against it. If some 45-year-old wants to come and fight me on a bunch of testosterone, that's fine. Let's have it.
Yeah, I mean that's interesting as well because you do see some people say, oh well, you should only stay in it till like your mid 30s, but
Yeah.
like you've just said,
If you're prepared to take the damage that it's going to do to your body, then you should be able to do it.
yeah,
So it's all
and then
what you're prepared to do. I was watching a Joe Rogan thing not that long ago, and Don Fry said he wanted to fight Ngannou.
yeah,
Yeah,
but yeah, and seeing that I was like, you're a madman. Like,
not happening. That is it.
I mean, I assume you know you've been doing the sport for quite a while, and you see all these exciting fighters. Do you think like a lot of people do get that itch to get in there again?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like I'll be training in some form my whole life for the rest of my life, and I'll always have like that itch to get back in, but I might direct it into something a bit less intense, like jits when I'm like 40.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, so in terms of like your amateur career, I know you're only starting out with it, but is the is there like a limit of fights you want to have before you get to pro, or uh,
Eh,
have
well,
you planned anything out like that?
I haven't planned anything, but I guess it depends on how many are win or lose. If I lose like the next three, then probably not. But
Yeah,
if I win loads in a row, then probably speak to my coach, to be honest, see what he thinks. Yeah,
yeah,
just
yeah,
go what he
definitely,
said.
definitely. Do you find that that's the best thing to do is like speak with the coaches when you're making a decision like that when it comes
Yeah,
to your career? And
definitely.
that?
I wouldn't. I'd always take his word over my own with stuff like this. He's been
Yeah,
he's got a lot of experience, so
yeah,
just
yeah,
as
definitely.
mine basically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely. I mean, yeah, it's. Do you have anyone you wanna thank before we finish?
Yeah, definitely. Paul Rimmer, Ellis, Adam Vance, definitely Ben Kelly, and definitely my dad. They've all they're all the people who've coached me through my first fight and coaching me through this one. So, and obviously all the people I train with as well. They're pushing me to be better, giving me hard spars and hard rolls. So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, 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 what I seen as well. I think it was on the video that I used to let people know about this. I think it was in the comments. Was it your granddad? Was it? Yeah,
Oh yeah,
that's my grandson.
yeah. He was actually a pro boxer when he was younger. He was ranked number one in Europe and 14 in the world at one point. Oh no, number one in Britain, number 14 in Europe. At one point, he smashed it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I mean it's great to see that. You know what I mean, like support
yeah,
from your granddad and that, and obviously as you say, he's also well versed in the combat sports world. Like, well, what is that having support from like your whole family to go into this career?
it's well, it's better than being against it. To be fair, like
Yeah,
even my mum, who um, obviously doesn't like to see a child get hurt, but she's game to come and watch the next one, which I'm really happy about. Like
yeah.
usually, she's like, oh no, I don't want to watch, but she's game to come watch the next one, so I'm happy about that. And obviously, my dad was in my corner in my last fight, so it's really good having all the support from everyone around me.
Yeah. I bet you any money when she gets there and you go in, you'll hear her screaming and go, "Come on, Jay, get
Yeah,
him!"
yeah,
She'll be your biggest supporter, lad, because I think that's what happens. Like, obviously, I'm not fighting myself, but I can assume that when your kid gets in there to like literally
yeah,
have a fight, you know, you're nervous, but you're gonna cheer them on. You know what I mean? You're gonna show that you're their
yeah,
biggest supporter and make sure they can hear you while you're in there, and push it even more.
yeah, exactly.
So I think that'd be brilliant for you know having your dad in your corner, having your mum shouting from the sidelines, "Get him!" You know what I mean? And then
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, be boss.
be
And
brilliant for you, mate.
as well, so they'll both be
What,
fucking.
what was that, sorry, mate? What was
I
that
mean,
last bit?
my missus are coming as well. Could they? My missus in the last one screaming my name
Yeah,
as well.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
You know, there's like that passion. You know what I mean? That
yeah,
helps drive you as well.
yeah,
You know, the people cheer for you, like and push you. It's
yeah.
got to be good for you. But mate, I'll let you go because I'll just keep rambling on and I'm assuming you've got work tomorrow and that as well.
That's all right. Nice one.
Yeah. Listen, thank you
Yeah,
for coming on mate, and having a chat with us. I'll probably try to speak to you after you fight if you don't mind, mate.
yeah, that'll be boss. It was really good talking to you. And
You
after
too, mate.
well, after all of them, maybe
Yeah,
back.
love to, mate. Love to. Listen, you take it easy and enjoy the rest of your night, mate.
You too. Take it easy, mate.
See you, mate.
See you
Yeah.
later.